Hey everybody, my name is LaPrecious and welcome to my channel. Let's talk with LaPrecious. So today I'm going to be doing a tarot reading on Miss Wendy Williams. So when it comes to Wendy Williams, there's been a lot of speculation about what's going on with her. There have been all types of allegations from she has Alzheimer's disease, she has dementia, she's going back to her old ways and whatnot. And it just seems like everything is just on a whirlwind for her. They've even talked about in the news or in the blogs lately that her whole team has just turned their back on her. So let's pretty much see where Wendy Williams is headed. Let's pretty much get to the root of what's going on. Okay. Spirit of the universe in itself, when it comes to Wendy Williams, what happened to her? Like, what caused this downfall? What caused the spiral? Was she always sick? Did she always have an illness, or is this something that just happened at the spur of the moment? I'm getting that this is something that just happened at the spur of the moment, and it was kind of something that needed to happen because it's saying that Wendy Williams has been working so long that she really needed a rest. It's like her body has been telling her time and time again to slow down, not do too much, stop filming so much, stop trying to put all the latest news out first, and just stop trying to compete because you already have everything that you need for your show. They were also telling her that it's time to break, that she needed to try to find something else to do. I do remember a long time ago Wendy Williams did a tour where she was just sitting on stage and just talking. And I heard that she had made a lot of good money. She made like over $1 million from doing that tour. But I'm also seeing where Wendy Williams pretty much didn't need to make any more money or really try as hard to make more money because her show had already made it. She was already getting tons of money from different endorsements, different things that she did in the past, different exposures, and pretty much just different outlets that she had to make many different streams of income. So Wendy Williams, it wasn't like this TV show was her last straw or it was something that she had to do to pay her bills. Wendy Williams was pretty much set. So it's just indicating that her body is just really tired and just really needs to rest. Now I'm gonna get to the root of it. So, what actually caused Wendy Williams' downfall? Was it dementia that everybody has been saying? Did she relapse on drugs? Did she relapse into being an alcoholic? What exactly caused all of this? Did it have anything to do with her son or anything to do with her marriage? Yep. Spirit is pretty much saying the marriage between her and her husband, how it just all seemed to just fall and not really fall into place the way she wanted it to, was an offset of all of this because it's saying she made a bad investment in her husband. And it just seems like the whole situation was just messy from the start. Spirit is saying that as soon as he started messing with the other woman, he should have just left. But by her hanging on and staying and getting embarrassed throughout the whole show, it really caused her to, it really caused her to look like a loser. And then, then lately she had been interviewing people like the Brat, and she was interviewing, what's the name of that white comedian? He used to do Comic View a long time ago, and his marriage was broadcasted a whole lot. I can't think of his name. I think it's Garvin, Gravy, something like that. It begins with a G, or one of his names is with a G. And I remember Wendy Williams was interviewing him, and it was like she was flirting with him and trying to ask him out on a date, and she got turned down. And a lot of people were saying that she needs to stop being so thirsty, asking out on her guests and trying to hit on them and everything. And it's saying that Wendy Williams was really hurt in her marriage crumbling. Because if you guys have ever seen that movie based on Whitney Williams' life, it's sad because the way that she was treated growing up, especially with her family, and then the way she was treated by men, I feel like it just kind of curtailed it because a lot of times people don't understand that the way a person is raised is the way that your relationships will be. So if you were brought up in like a crazy environment where you were raised to believe that getting beat up was a way a man showing you love, then 9 times out of 10, if you get in a relationship, a man's beating you upside your head, you're gonna think that's love. And in the movie, I remember her parents used to make a lot of sly comments about her weight and her being too big and then just her not being good enough. And Wendy Williams was smart. She went to school, went to college, and studied journalism, and she worked her way up and got her own TV show. But it's like she just wasn't enough. And yes, she did get her breasts done, but it just seems like she just pretty much did that. But it seems like with Wendy, she never really got the gist of that true self love and that true self validation, because I feel like her husband just saw her as an easy target. Because I'm also seeing here that when her marriage just kind of crumbled, she felt withdrawn. It's like she was still doing her show and still tending to her business, but it's like she was becoming desperate. Like, oh, I'm not popping anymore. My husband has left me. He's very adamant about leaving me. He's already had a baby with this girl and they got a house. So what am I to do? And she suffered for that. But the offset of all of this stuff going on, it really was her marriage. It's like it spurred a mental breakdown for her. Now let's see if dementia or drugs or anything else has to do with it. Yep, I'm getting drugs because there's a lot of weaknesses going on within Wendy, and there's just a lot of things going on within her that just aren't complete. So she's finding different outlets to try to fill those voids, and we're seeing that here. She's not depending on herself without the drugs. She's feeling very weak and very vulnerable, and she's not loving herself. She's not filling up her own cup. It's like she keeps using food and using drugs, cigarettes mainly. That's what I'm hearing. I know cigarettes is not a drug, but it's like she's really like tipping off of nicotine, and then with the alcohol as well, it's like a charade of alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs just swirling on around. And that's crippling her even worse, which is making her even weaker, really mentally weak. Now, as far as dementia, I'm getting hints of dementia, but not a full blown diagnosis. So it's like dementia is there, but that's not the full reason as to why she suffered this breakdown so bad. Now let's see the whole relationship between her and her husband, like how this dynamic, well, ex-husband now, how this whole dynamic is going to pan out. And in the movie, it seems like her husband really played a big part in her life. I mean, he was like her manager, the person that handled all of her books and business ordeals. But when you think about it, someone like her husband versus her, it kind of looks like that daddy daughter like kind of relationship. And some people may say like, what? But to me it kind of does. So let's look at it. Spirit of the universe self comes to Wendy Williams and her ex-husband. Please give us the dynamic of that relationship, because I personally feel like it's a daughter daddy type of relationship going on there. Yeah, there's no harmony, a lot of codependency, competition, big headedness mainly from his side. And I'm also getting like even financial dependency, more so from him than her, because Wendy's money was her money. But it does seem like there was a lot of emotional imbalances going on, because her husband felt like he had to take care of Wendy, pretty much growing her, grooming her, getting her ready for business deals, so on and so forth. There wasn't a lot of harmony going on because it was too much about business and less about love. And I'm also seeing once again the competition, because he's trying to fight for his name and his image. And I mean, men have egos where they don't want to build a woman's career when they're supposed to be the man of the relationship or the man that's bringing home the bacon, like they used to say. And when you're helping your woman bring home the bacon, instead of you being the sole bacon winner, it kind of weakens your manhood. So we did see a lot of that going on in a relationship. Now let's look at the dynamic between her and her son. They have even alluded to her and her son falling out, and even her son leaving her and not being there for her. So let's look at that. Spirit of the universe itself, when it comes to Wendy Williams and her son, what's the dynamic and what's the energy going on there? So it looks like when it comes to her son, he's not there for her entirely because I'm getting that she has like maids and nurses and other people that are helping her. So it does seem like her son is not all the way there for her as she would like for him to be. Now, they do have fun times together. I am seeing where when they do meet up and stuff, they have a good relationship, but it just seems like Wendy is looking for that validation and that love from the people that are closest to her, like her son and other family members alike, that will show her that love, will show her that compassion and that kindness that she's always been looking for. And to me, Wendy comes off as a damaged soul. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit, is that she's just damaged, that there's a lot of mother wounds going on within her. There's a lot of insincerity she's felt from other people, lack of interest, lack of care from others, and her just being this powerhouse holding it all in while she has to pretty much take care of herself and nobody really taking care of her. Now, I am going to look into the fate of the Wendy Williams show and her crew and what's going to happen with that. Spirit of the universe and stuff, when it comes to Wendy Williams and the fate of the Wendy Williams show, what's going to happen with that? Because it seems like they've moved on pretty fast. Like the network has picked up Nick Cannon has taken her place, and a lot of people are giving it a chance, even though they don't like Nick Cannon's show that much. But it is causing a little bit of buzz for him. So at least he has that going on for himself. But Spirit of the universe itself, when it comes to Wendy Williams, what is the fate that she has going on with her show, the Wendy Williams show? Yeah, it's not going to work out, and it's indicating that it's coming to an end. There's no more fruit to bear. There's no more hope. There's no more wins. There's no more money. And honestly, and Wendy Williams will get, her residual checks and whatnot, as well as the others too for their contributions to the show. But there's just not going to be too much enthusiasm or really too much pull to pull it back up. But I'm also seeing that there's a man that's sabotaging the fate of the show. So she has somebody behind the scenes that's kind of working against this show coming back on because they feel like they're going to be obligated to keep it running because she's sick. And there is a lot of worries and fears that are going to eventually manifest about the fate of the show. So now the last thing that I'm going to pull on is what's going to be the aftermath of all of this once the Wendy show ends and whatnot. Because it seems like we're seeing a downfall of a lot of the greats or like heavy hitters when it comes to reality TV or even with TV in general. Like the Wendy Williams show is down. The Cuomo, who used to be on CNN, is not there anymore. And there's, and Larry King passed away from COVID. They used to have the Larry King show on CNN. So it's like a lot of the greats and the big faces that were once on TV, they're just dying out. They're just going away. So let's see, what is the fate of Wendy Williams herself and the fate of TV after this? I'm hearing it's gonna be a dull moment on TV. It's like there's not gonna be much interest on TV as much as there used to be. There's not gonna be much enthusiasm from people about the Nick Cannon show. We already know that. And it just seems like Wendy Williams is more so in a vulnerable state right now where she's not in a fight mode. It's like, okay, they're gonna do away with my show. Okay, that's fine. So let's just that be that. And I'm also getting like with her, it's like she's kind of losing herself, like losing a sense of herself, and her mindset is just not in the best moments right now. So we're saying that when it comes to Wendy Williams, she's just not doing all that good mentally. Like her mindset is just not really set on this TV show or really her career. It's like she's accepting what is and just really moving on from it. Now, I did have one person ask me if a root was put on her, witchcraft or voodoo was done. Let's look into that to see, because I'm getting no that this is just all happening just because, but let's look into it. Spirit of the Universe, Universe Self, when it comes to Wendy Williams, did anybody put a hex on her, root on her, or some type of spell work on her to kind of spin this stuff around? Yeah, I'm getting that people have tried, but their efforts really failed because I'm seeing how people have tried and they just, didn't really get too far. I mean, there were some breakthroughs every now and then with the spell work witchcraft that was done that made her sick, but it's like it didn't stick because this was bound to happen by fate anyway. That there were just a lot of imbalances in this person's magic and it pretty much locked them up. So, and so it pretty much locked them up. Where this person that did try to do witchcraft on her, they tried but didn't really succeed as much as they wanted to. And then even with the magic, it just didn't manifest to the fullest extent. It's like it just locked it's like it just locked their magic up instead of turning it on. So that's pretty much all I have as far as Wendy Williams is concerned. But feel free to subscribe to my channel, to like this video, leave a comment in the comment section about what other celebrity readings you would like for me to do. And also, you guys, I'm going to be revamping this channel. I know I've been saying that for the longest, but 2022 is definitely going to be my year of greatness and of success. And it's going to take some time, but we're definitely going to get there. So, I'm pretty much going to be tweaking some things about my YouTube channel, introducing some new fields and some new things, and hopefully you guys will like it and it can end up growing my channel. So, thank you guys for tuning in and have a good day.